Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Apple report for Wednesday, September 6th, 2023. Before we jump into the charts, as usual, just want to encourage you to please click like if you haven't already, subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel, and share the content, if you would, with friends and colleagues. And last but not least, check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the Daily Apple Report. Daily analysis in the SPY and the Triple Q, weekly analysis in the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, and the long bond ETF, the TLT, as well as 2 individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor. We're always looking for 20% moves or more on those underlying stock picks, and we offer a 5-day free trial up front. So if you sign up for wickedstocks.com, you've got 5 days to check out everything. And if you don't like what you see, you can bow out at no cost to you whatsoever, as long as you do so within 5 days. So let's move on to the charts. We'll start with the big picture. This is a weekly bar chart that shows a settlement in May above a long-term channel top that is presently 168.33. There was a point not long ago where we were anticipating a retest of that channel top, or at least allowing for it. That came into play when we settled, I'd say close to a month ago, early August, below this channel bottom that stems off the January low. Closing below that, we were anticipating the upper 160s. We got into the lower 170s and came off of it nicely. And subsequently, last week, about a week ago, we pushed through and settled above the very same day, not only the channel bottom that is now at 185.87, but this descending speed line that is 184.68. Now you'll see 184.65 today, and I'm just going to show you that it's nothing more than a near-term rising channel bottom over the last couple of weeks of activity. So it really is, if tested today, 184.65 to 185.87, that can contain selling through really September, and above which, anticipating, well, I've been showing this now for the last couple of weeks, the 208.62 long-term channel top. That is a new channel top based in part on that recent low about 3 weeks ago, and having settled above the 184.68 speed line, I'm now using 184.65 to 185.87 in the last image, maintains a, by the end of October, 208.62 objective. So over the next 5 to 8 weeks or so, could be sooner. The sooner would begin to materialize if we were to close today above this intermediate channel structure that today is at 191.29. So this now speaks to really the day itself. 191.29, this former channel bottom, still able to contain session strength. And in terms of intraday support, we have this former channel top at 188.50. It's hard to put everything on one chart. So I will say day traders buying 188.50 and selling that channel structure at 191.29 intraday. But keep in mind that if you're selling this market outright at 191.29, in my opinion, you're a day trader, an aggressive day trader. If you're a 3 to 5 day swing trader on out to 3 to 5 week swing trader, you're really, buying, if you will, the mid 180s if you haven't already. Holding below 191.29 does allow this market to fall back to the 185.87 channel bottom. Possibly today. In fact, I would say today, if we break or open below this former channel top at 188.50. So breaking or opening below 188.50 will keep 185.87 down to 184.65 in reach, where we can bottom out not only for the week, but because of its longer term scope and the buy signal that occurred last week above the speed line at 184.65, quite possibly through September and into October, and yes, above which, still anticipating the 208.62 channel top by the end of October. On the way up today, let's go back to that channel top at 191.29. If we push or open today above 191.29, 194.48 is attainable today. And if we close today above 191.29, 196.45 is likely, I'm going to say by Friday's close. And you can't see it here, we don't have it shown, but the high settlement price way back in, I think, late July, early August, probably late July, the all-time high daily chart settlement price, let's put it that way, is 196.45, put out about a little over a month ago. And if we close today above 191.29, we should see 196.45 over the following 3 to 5 days or less. And that is really the last level to settle above, in my opinion, 196.45, before we clearly anticipate 208.62. Now, I do clearly anticipate 208.62 by the end of October. It's just that we have these little milestones, these little hurdles on the way up. The first is 191.29, closing above 191.29, 196.45, then in reach within 3 to 5 days, closing above 196.45. Over the next week or so should yield 208.62 within 2 to 3 weeks. So, there's no saying exactly how the market's going to behave. Of course, it could top out for more than a day at 191.29 and spend the better part of a week trading inside the 185.87 to 191.29 region. But closing above 191.29, 196.45 likely within 3 to 5 days, and that is a level that, if settled above 196.45, should then yield, as I say, 208.62 within 2 to 3 weeks. Now, that recent buy signal that occurred last week above 184.68, that was an actionable buy signal. And I've been mentioning how you might reach for 205 or 210 or 215 out of the money calls that don't expire for at least several months, 3 months, 4 months. It'll only take 2 months perhaps or less, but you want to preserve delta on the way up. Inversely, if we were to close back below, well, I've got 184.65, this chart today. If we close back below it and you're long those 210 out of the money calls, let's say, you can either liquidate them now for a small loss, or you can hold on to them, but just know that they're going to decay in value, as this market could then unwind all the way back into the upper 160s if we close back below 184.65. So I'm speaking to you 3 to 5 week swing traders, 2 to 3 week, 3 to 5 week swing traders, holding above this mid 180s. And if you bought those 210 calls, just hold them, because you'll likely see the low 200s, I'm going to say by the end of October. Inversely, if we close below 184.68, I would liquidate any long positions, and you may then reach for 169 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least a month. You may go a couple of months out. I would give that a 2 to 3 week target. So I would go out, at least 6 or 8 weeks on your expiration. And that is kind of the big picture, options dynamic. So once again, last thing I will say, sorry for moving these charts around like that. I will say, where is that chart? I'm going to show it right here. And that is to say 188.50 intraday support, above which we can today actually test that 191.29 channel bottom, where we can place a daily high. And if we close above 191.29, and keep in mind, it is expected that we will close above that 191.29 formation in the days ahead. Today, hard to say. Very well might be. We are in the midst of a buy signal. And if we do close above 191.29, bullish continuation through the rest of the week. Inversely, closing below 184.65, which is not only that 184.68 speed line, but also the channel bottom at 184.65, does reverse momentum. And we should, by the end of September, fall back, or could, I should say, fall back into the upper 160s. I say could because the settlement above that 168.33 channel top was a long-term buy signal. So the sell-offs down into this zone are considered a bit counter-trend in nature, and we can fall short of the mark as we did a few weeks ago, ultimately anticipating the 226.21 long-term channel top in the months ahead. Q2, Q3 of next year, possibly by the end of Q1. We'll just have to see how long it takes to settle above this significant targeted channel top at 208.62. And that is all I have for Wednesday's Apple. Please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com. You have a great evening.